Hey folks, it's Paul from Easy Acres Off-Grid Homestead, and I hope that y'all are well out there. It is late summer, early fall in my part of the world, and that means it's time for elderberries. Elderberries are these beautiful sky blue berries, grow in great profusions out here in the Intermountain West, and I'm really lucky to have a lot going in my area. Now we're going to be good stewards of the land, and we're not going to harvest too many at a time, and we're going to leave plenty on the bush for birds and other berry enjoyers. After we get a good haul of berries, I like to haul mine down to the river and, just give them a clean, get all the leaves, twigs, debris off of them, shake all the bugs out, that sort of thing. And it's just too easy for me to enjoy a nice, slow, easy day by the river with my dog. Now, a lot of you may know that I have no municipal water source or a well, so you bet I'm taking advantage of the clean, cool river while I'm here. Anyway, I hope you all stick around and watch how I turn these beautiful berries into delicious jam out here at Easy Acres Off-Grid Homestead. Alright friends, so we're back at the homestead. I've got I think I have 18 pounds of elderberries, and some of it I'm going to be making into jam, and I have that sitting on ice over here. I have some sugar, I have some lemon juice, and pectin. Now, from what I understand, those are the only ingredients that you're going to need to make elderberry jam. I have a kind of big pot over there that I'm going to be cooking it on, and in this box I have some a hodgepodge of jars that I've cleaned and sterilized, and I kind of put them in a box to keep them pretty clean. So what I'm going to do is start measuring out the elderberries that I want with sugar. Now, a friend of mine told me what she has done in the past for elderberry jam is approximately equal parts elderberries to sugar. So I'm going to do this entire package here, 4 pounds of pure cane granulated sugar with 4 pounds of elderberries, and just start cooking that and see how it looks, I guess. So here are the, oh, they're nice and cold still. Here are the elderberries that I harvested yesterday. And like I said, I got about 18 pounds in total, but I'm only going to be using about 4 or 5 pounds for this batch here. So I'll go ahead and light my stove. And I was told real low. Okay. Now a friend of mine told me what I want to do is put the berries in first on a very low simmer, pour the sugar in, and then water on top of it. Ooh, that's nearly the entire pot. Okay, cool. While I was at the river, I did my best to pick out all the stems and bits of plant matter that I could. Elderberries do contain a fair amount of glycosides, which is a precursor chemical to cyanide from what I understand. And it can become biologically active. However, heat destroys that product. But the stems do impart a kind of bitter flavor to it. I've had elderberry jam in the past, and it's kind of a tart kind of jam, and I don't know, I kind of dig it. Okay, that's dissolving nicely. Oh, stem I missed. That's alright. So an interesting phenomenon with elderberries, there's a species of bird. I talked about this bird in my, I believe it was my winter update, or it might have been my Ask Me Anything video. Cedar waxwings. Beautiful birds. See them around here in the wintertime. Anyway, they have been known to become drunk off elderberries because the berries will actually ferment on the plant while they're on the plant, and the birds come around and eat them, and they become drunk and sometimes fly into buildings, and all that kind of reckless sort of behavior we associate with intoxication. Now, from what I understand, you kind of let it simmer and then you macerate the berries somehow, and I'm just going to use this metal container to kind of crush them once this gets a little bit warmer, and yeah, we'll come back to it. Okay, it's starting to heat up, so like I said, I'm going to take this this container here. I just washed the bottom of it, and I'm going to mash that down. Just crush them berries. I gotta say, I was very, very pleased to see these elderberries growing so well, especially up in that canyon, because it suffered dearly from fires a couple years ago. Oh man, mixing up this jam is kind of sticky, messy work, but it's looking really good. I've got the elderberries mostly mashed up, and just about to get the pectin added. So we're getting close. Just added the pectin, so I'm going to bring it up to a boil, and we're just about ready to start jarring it. Is jarring a verb like that? I don't even know. Anyway, once I get it up to a boil, it should be just about ready. I gotta tell you, it smells really good too. Okay. After I added the pectin, brought it to a boil, stirred it for a few minutes while it was boiling, and now ladling it carefully into my hodgepodge of random jars that I had sitting around. Alright, cool. Filling the jars, leaving about ½ inch of headspace, and then I'm going to let them set and check on them, and then I am going to give them a quick water bath to sterilize everything, and they should be good to go. Packing the jars in my large stock pot, and I'm going to do a water bath, so I'm just going to pour water on top of the jars and just cover them and bring it up to a boil. Boil that for a couple hours. I don't know about that long. I don't know, how long do you water bath stuff? When I've seen it done for a while, so I think I am going to do it for a little while. And that'll sterilize everything in there. Old kimchi jar, how do you like that? Okay, all lids are on tight. Let's get those covered up. There we go. Okay, set that to boil and let her boil for a little while. Right on. Alrighty folks, so elderberry jam. It has been 48 hours in the fridge, and look, hadn't really set up, you know. So decided to go back and read the instructions. Probably something I should have done. Well, I did, but my issue is I only read about half of this scroll document here, and I neglected to read the very bottom, which talks about altitude. So I actually need to boil my finished jam about 10 times longer than I anticipated because of my altitude. So I've went ahead and cleaned out all my vessels. What I'm going to do is start emptying all these out into my pot again. Set it to a boil to sterilize, and then work on sterilizing the jars. So basically doing the process all over again. What's kind of cool about it is if your jam doesn't set, you can go get yourself some more pectin and give it another shot. So we definitely believe in second chances here at Easy Acres Homestead, for sure. Okay. So right here I have a great big stock pot, and that is filled with water. Go ahead and set this to boil. Go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Got me some new pectin. Read the instructions this time. Whew, jars are still really hot. Okay. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. So the reason I had that big pot of water going is because when I recooked the jam, I wanted to take the empty jars and put them in that big pot to re-sterilize them for my second attempt at making jam. You really want to boil everything really well to kill any microorganisms, or any kind of spores that are in there, but ideally you're setting up a high acid, high sugar environment that not a lot of things are going to grow in there. So after we had packed the new jam mix into the relatively sterile jars, we're going to go ahead and pack it in the big stock pot and set it to boil. Now to water bath, and then we'll see if it actually sets this time. Alright folks, so after my second batch, second attempt, after reboiling it, Look at that. Set up beautifully. Set up beautifully. It's about 90 degrees, so that's why it's a little runny, but this morning I tested some and it turned out fabulous, fabulous. So I used about a little less than equal parts sugar to berries and like squeezed a bunch of lemon in there. I don't know, I don't measure anything. Can't help it. I gotta tell you guys, this elderberry jam is absolutely delicious. It's got a hint of tart to it. And that could be from the citric acid and the lemon, or it could be from the berries themselves. I'm not exactly sure. The seeds have I liken it to raspberries. It has kind of like a raspberry sort of texture to it. It's not unpleasant at all. It's actually delicious. And I'm happy I ended up with enough jars to give away to friends and family and neighbors around this area. And and sharing the bounty that I was able to pull out of the mountains. That is absolutely wonderful. Easily rivaling anything I've ever gotten in a grocery store or anything like that. Delicious. Anyway, folk, I am Paul from Easy Acres Homestead. Y'all be well and be easy.